Hi beautiful community, and happy new moon in Gemini. This new moon in Gemini is happening on 6/6, June 6th, which is quite interesting because the tarot card that is 6th tarot card is a lover's card, and that is associated with Gemini. So we have this quite auspicious energy around this Gemini new moon. And as with all new moons, it is a time for setting intentions, for taking stock of how far we've come over the last moon cycle and potentially over the last 6 months since we last had a Gemini full moon. And also to set intentions and to get clear on our wishes and our dreams and what we're calling in for the next coming cycle of this next month or for the next 6 months until we again have a Gemini full moon. So Gemini as an archetype, it is ruled by Mercury, and it is all to do with our intellect, our words, our thoughts, how we speak, how we write, how we interact with people, how we share our story. And so when we have this new moon here, we are being called to set our intentions and to get clear on what we are wishing for in this realm. How do we want to express ourselves? How do we want to share our story? There's an added element of Venus being conjunct this new moon, the sun and the moon at 16 degrees in Gemini. So there is this moment where we can capture how we want to share our story and how we want to magnetize and draw in people who feel drawn to our story, who feel called to being around us, who feel like they need to hear our message. So there is that part of this new moon that is all about other people as well, and bringing in your community, bringing in the people that are resonant with your message. This new moon also happens to be square, sitting at about 90 degrees from Saturn in Pisces. Now, a square aspect tends to bring in a little bit of tension, a little bit of push and pull. And so with Saturn, there is this feeling of karma and maybe tough lessons to have been learned around the energy of the Gemini new moon, of how we speak, of how we think, and of how we draw those people that are resonant with our message closer to us. So Saturn likes to also put a box around something to kind of create some containment. And so we might feel like we want to get ahead of ourselves, get excited on the Gemini energy, particularly because Jupiter is also just after entering Gemini. So there is this bigness to the Gemini energy, and Saturn wants us to also be judicious and careful and, be really thoughtful with your words as well, and to contain the message and package it up in a way that's going to be received and not get too out there in the weeds and in the air with it. A really great practice for this time is Anuloma Viloma, which is also known as Nadi Shodhana or alternate nostril breathing. It's a practice from yoga, and it is the practice of blocking one nostril, breathing in through the other and out. So I'm going to demonstrate it here, and I'd really invite you to, if you feel like you're getting too much in the air of the Gemini energy right now, if you feel a little untethered, this can help you really ground in, really clear your mind, get your thoughts in order, and hopefully be able to help you create those intentions and get clear on what you're calling in for the cycle ahead. So to do this, we're going to bring our thumb and our ring finger up to the nose, and we're going to bring the thumb on one nostril, and we have the ring finger over the other nostril. We'll start by blocking the right nostril. I'm using my right hand, and with my right nostril with the thumb, we're blocking there. We're going to breathe in through the left. And then we're going to block that left nostril with the ring finger and breathe out through the right nostril. Now we breathe in through the right nostril, keeping the left blocked. Block the right, breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Out through the right. In through the left. Through the right, pardon me. out through the left. Two more in your own pace. Also feel pulled to draw us a card from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, which if you were here last month, you would have seen this deck as well. It's by Kim Kranz. And I'm going to draw one card that is going to bring a message to round out this Gemini new moon for the collective. What is the person watching this seeking? All right, so the message is coming from the hyena. The hyena. Humor, wit, and sarcasm are the key words for the hyena. The hyena personality is a jokester and a crowd pleaser. That is very much Gemini as well, Gemini archetype. But below the surface, there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? When in balance, it's charming, witty, and fun to be around. When out of balance, scrappy, petty, and suspicious. And to bring into balance, sobriety. So that feels like it's working with the light and the shadow of Gemini. Gemini can be that potentially trickster, or certainly the quite a funny and witty person, and the archetype and the energy of it can be this. So just notice where that's coming up in yourself. Notice how that is interacting perhaps with that Venus and the people that you are bringing around you, who you want to have around you. Stay true to yourself, sharing your own true story and not so much relying on the sarcasm or the, shadow aspects of communication to put your message across. That's it. Wishing you a beautiful new moon cycle, and I'll see you next time for our full moon message.